Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 47 of Coffee and Crafting. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm with Country Peony, and it is raining, and I've got a tin roof. So I've got my microphone on. I'm hopeful you can hear me. Let me know. I would love to hear. It's a super dreary day here, but that's okay because I've got some beautiful color to show y'all. So anyway, I'm very, very excited. So grab your coffee or your tea, whichever you prefer, and let's get started. Okay, before we get started, I wanted to tell you about my vintage quilt stockings that are launching tomorrow on my Etsy page. I have it linked below if you want to check it out. But my mother and I found this incredible cutter quilt, this beautiful red and white cutter quilt. See, it's got tears on it. And we made these stockings for Christmas, and they're so cute. They've got this beautiful red ticking on the back, and each of them has their own unique story. So these will be available on my Etsy page tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So set your timers because I know it's going to go fast because we just have a couple of these that we made for y'all. So let's get started. I want to show y'all my tree and then we're going to go into the mantle. So when I was designing this year's decorations, I was so inspired by vintage trees with the tinsel. I have never used tinsel before, and I was really nervous about it. And I actually asked a lot of you about tinsel, and y'all had some really fun things to say. Y'all either loved it or you hated it. Well, I put it on and I instantly loved it. So let me show you the tree in a little bit more detail. So this is the King of Christmas. This is their 8-foot king flock tree, and I've got everything linked below if you want to check it out for yourself. But I'm going to come back a little bit further so you can see we're going to go straight on with it. So this tree is really large, and which is okay because this space is a large space, and I wanted something that would take up, really make a grand statement. And so I was really inspired by Anthropologie. I love Anthropologie, and they had this incredible silk bow. It has since been sold out, but I've seen a lot of tutorials online where you can make it yourself. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for stopping by. And then I went down with their ribbons from Anthropologie. I made some bows, which is basically what covers this entire tree. And then these are baubles that I've had. And what I did was I clustered them together. So I took some pipe cleaners and I added about 5 of them together, and then I twisted them onto the tree so that they create these beautiful little clusters. And that's a really fun way to decorate your tree, especially if you've got a big tree and you don't want to spend a lot of money on big ornaments. It really makes a fun statement. And then with the tinsel, I mean, it just shines so pretty. So the tinsel, I did kind of the glob method. It's a thicker tinsel. I pinched a bunch off and I placed it on. I know there are a lot of different techniques. That's the way that I did it, and I felt like it really added to it. I know some people just throw it up there. I mean, I don't think there's really any wrong way to do it. It's so fun. Okay, now on to these bows. I wanted to show you how I added these bows. So these are some stunning velvet ribbons that I also got from Anthropologie. And if you want to know where I got any of this stuff, it is linked below in the description, so you can check it out. But I just did a simple bow, and then I added a bobby pin to it. And that allows you to attach it to your tree really, really easily, as you can see. And then it stays put, and it's so cute. So look at that. So bows and tinsel are a really great way to add so much pizzazz and whimsy to your tree without spending a whole lot of money. I had this ribbon. I did buy some more this season because I buy it all the time and it always sells out. It's my favorite ribbon. And then I actually did have the ornaments. I just bought a couple of them. So the only thing that I bought new was the tinsel and then that bow at the top. But for the most part, this tree was pretty inexpensive to decorate. So let me show you the skirt, because what do you put at the bottom of something like this? So this skirt is really fun. This is a tulle skirt, and let me just show you a secret. So I made these for an event that I did years ago, and all it is, this is not very pretty, but all I did was I cut out some poster board, some foam poster board, and I cut strips of tulle, and I just hot glued it around, and then I layered it and layered it. And honestly, how this originally was, it was hanging from the ceiling with disco balls in it. And after the event, I'm thinking, okay, what do I do with these? And so I've had them in storage, and they make the perfect tree skirt. So I just stick them up under here, and I love it because the colors match so beautifully, the whimsy, the nature of it all. Thank you so much, Judy. I really like this tree, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And the great thing is this is a great base, so I can add on year after year to this tree. Okay, let's move on to the mantle. So I've also linked all details for this mantle if you want to get something similar in your own home or you're inspired to do something else. Okay, so this mantle is another really fun moment here. Let me get closer because I guess I'll go with details. So let's start over here. This is a bit overdone, but I would consider myself a maximalist when it comes to Christmas decorating. And so this is the same bows that I took over from the tree. When you're decorating a space, I really think it's important that you start to bring pieces together from different parts of the room so the whole room feels super cohesive. And that's what I did here with the tinsel and the bows. And then these trees are from Walmart last year. I bought this from Anthropologie this year. And then these houses. Thank you so much, Judy. Yes, pink is my favorite, and this is definitely a vintage pink. So these paper houses from Anthropologie, I have a whole review video of them up on YouTube if you want to check that out. But these are incredible. They're a bit of a splurge at just above $30, but I love them so much. And I don't have the lights on now, but they also do light up. And the details on them are so amazing. So I would take them off, but they're kind of stuck in here. But you can see they've got beautiful little lights on them and glitter and these adorable trees. They're just so, so fun. And then it is also to kind of bring both pieces together. I'll kind of tie in the tree here as well. Is this really pretty garland that's also from King of Christmas. It's the same line. This is their flocked garland as well. And I thought it'd be really fun to bring the piece together. And so I actually made this ornament ball garland last year, and the colors were very similar to this year, so I just stuck with it. The ornament ball is a really fun tutorial that I'm going to showcase soon. But basically, I took 20 gauge craft wire, and I just took some ornament balls. So these are all plastic. None of these are glass. I don't recommend glass ornaments when you're making your own garland because they could easily fall off and break. They need to be a little bit more durable. I did use velvet ribbon for the bows, Judy. So below in the description, you will see everything. You can shop my tree and mantle. And I have the velvet ribbon that I used. It's from Anthropologie. I love it because it's gorgeous. The details and the texture is stunning, but it also comes in incredibly vibrant colors. So I made those out of velvet. And there goes a reindeer. This is live. But let me show you them in a little bit more detail. So the colors are just so, so pretty, and they shine so bright. So it's really dark here today because of the rain, but specifically like this beautiful green, it's like a citron. And then that pink is just stunning. But so the garland, so all that I did with the ornament garland, and I need to pick up my reindeer because he fell. We'll get to him in a little bit. And so is that I basically took my 20 gauge craft wire and I strung the ornament balls one at a time onto the wire. And then it creates this beautiful garland. And it's great because everybody has leftover ornaments. I mean, I do. I've got a whole bag full of them. And so I like to put them in like baskets around the studio or around my home. But I think this is a beautiful way to display them as well. And you can even add bigger ones in to give you some fun texture and dimension. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. I am working on a reel for that, so I can show you all how to make your own. And then we move down to my flocked reindeer, which y'all ask all the time where this is from. and it's so cute, but it's actually from Round Top. It was a fun find. These are not vintage, but they are so cute. And so I have linked some similar ones in the description below, but I bought this before I even started decorating for Christmas last year, and I'm thinking, Elizabeth, why would you buy these flocked reindeer? And they have brought so much joy to my life. So that is inspiration for you. If you see something that makes you really happy, just grab it. Just grab it. And then I also added a disco ball there as well, because disco balls make everything better. So I will come back a little bit further again so you can see both spaces at once. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love how they both work together, the tree and the mantle. And it just makes me really happy. Every time I walk into the studio, it just brings such a joy to my face. So I hope this inspires you to add a little bit of fun and whimsy and color to your decorations this season. Why not, right? And there really are no rules, so just have fun with it. The other thing I've learned that as I'm decorating, I sometimes like to step back, walk away, go on a walk, and come back to it, and I have new inspiration, and I can see it through new eyes if I'm kind of struggling with where to go design-wise. So anyway, if you have any questions, in the description below, I have where you can shop my tree. I also have, I forgot to show you how I hung the mantle pieces, how I hung this, and also this flocked garland. I used those cord bundles, which I'm sure you've seen, but they come in, they're really handy this time of the year. So I have those linked if you want to check them out. But overall, it was just a really fun process, and I'm so grateful that y'all are also interested in it. If you have any questions, my messages are always open. I would love to hear from you. You can also email me, elizabeth@countrypeony.com. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Coffee and Crafting. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful week. I will see you next Monday, and I hope you have some fun, maybe crafting for Christmas this week. Thank you, guys.